this video, I bought a ton of pro control accessories and I'm gonna be trying them out in Arena. And for this video, I got a couple pretty crazy control accessories that you've probably never even seen. Go ahead and look at my hand cam. You'll see that it's my normal controller setup. I have my 4 paddles down here, my control freak, I have my control freak grip, but I always use those things. Those are nothing new. The new thing is right here at the top of my controller, which if you can't already tell what it does, it's a scroll wheel. It's called the Plus Gear Pro Scroller, and it's an attachment for your controller that literally gives you a scroll wheel. The price starts at $37 for just the normal black one, but if you want to customize it and make it a cool color like this one, then it'll be a little more. If you're a controller player, you can definitely probably tell how useful this would actually be in game. I mean, what kind of controller player can do something like that? So this thing is actually pretty sick. I'm gonna go hop into Arena and try to play with this. No way I get that kill. That is so difficult to use in game. It's definitely one of those accessories that comes with a learning curve. I may have switched over to another account so I didn't have to play super sweaty players. This scroll wheel thing is definitely not something that's easy to get used to. Whoa. Didn't realize that he had gotten that wall. I will say that the reset is like comfortable to click. Like that's not the part. It's just kind of remembering to click it is kind of hard. But I'll be curious to know if I stick with it for like a few weeks and see how good I can actually get at it. I think that'd be kind of fun. Oh, dude, is the scroll wheel a Zen too? What was that? Oh, no way, that was the last guy? I should have tried to use the scroll wheel on him. Looks like an 11 kill win is the result of the scroll wheel. For the next couple control accessories, I literally brought a brand new PS4 controller just for these, and I bought all this stuff just for this video, so if you're enjoying it at this point, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe here if you're new. So the next control accessory is actually this grip. This is called the Lizard Skin controller grip, and this company actually makes this same type of grip for all sorts of different stuff like hockey sticks, baseball bats, tennis rackets, but then they started doing gaming products as well, and that's where this thing was born. They have the same grip in tons of different colors. It costs $17, and now I'm gonna go try it in Arena. Of course I missed that after all that good piece control. So while I feel like this is advertised as more of a premium grip, I've also tried the Control Freak Extra Thin grip. That's actually the grip that I normally play with. And I just like grips in general. I mean, they obviously give you better grip on your controller, but they also help your hands not to sweat as much. And I feel like overall, it just gives you like better control of the controller. It just feels better. But with that being said, one thing that I'm noticing like right away is that it doesn't really seem to help with those sweaty hands. And for me personally, that's like one of my favorite features of the grip. However, this grip will live on the brand new PS4 controller, so who knows, it may get some more use. For the next controller accessory, I have this thing. Now I gotta admit, it looks really strange, but it's actually from the same company that makes the scroll wheel, and they call this thing the Exopad. The Exopad is basically non-traditional paddles, but it also functions as trigger stops. And I say non-traditional paddles because you guys know what normal paddles look like. They're typically on the back of a controller, and they're gonna range anywhere from like 25 to 50 bucks. However, as you can see with this, there's no electronics involved with this. It comes with this adhesive tape so you can stick it to the top of your controller, and then essentially what this allows you to do is click up on your D-pad in triangle with your index fingers while still being up on the top of your controller. And so basically you can take these and bind them to whatever you actually want. I of course have mine set to jump and then edit. And similar to the scroll wheel, this is definitely going to be something that takes some getting used to. I don't even know how I got that kill. I'm so confused right now because I normally play 4 paddles, and I normally have my left paddle set to jump and my right set to edit, but now I changed them around because I found it hard to have to edit and then also select my tiles both with my index finger. So now everything is definitely a little awkward, and I think these paddles are just a little awkward in general. What the heck? How do I win that? One cool thing you actually can do with these paddles is because they don't plug in, you can actually use them with other paddles. They're not gonna work with like the strike packs because the strike packs go in the same spot that they do on the top of the controller. However, what you can use is something like the DualShock 4 back button attachment. These paddles don't need the top of the controller at all, so now I can have these paddles up top as well as these paddles down below, and I just turned my controller into 4 paddles. And so now maybe I have them set to better functions for me, because now I can have this on pickaxe, and then I can still have my jump and edit on my bottom 2 paddles. One thing that I have been noticing while clicking these paddles is that if you don't click in the exact perfect spot, it's also really easy to click R1. So while using these things, that definitely is something to keep in mind. Going to be straight up honest here, I just don't really know if these paddles are worth it. I think if you're gonna get paddles on your controller, you should pick paddles where you can actually click them with fingers that you're not using, like your middle fingers, which is something that you do on like the strike packs or even the DualShock 4 back button attachment. However, I mean, right now, actually, the DualShock 4 back button attachment is only $10, and these things are only $17. So really, that's probably the cheapest 4 paddles that you can get. And maybe that's just it. If you were using these paddles just for like pickaxe and kind of these random like odd tasks, then maybe in that case it wouldn't actually be so bad, but you're definitely not going to want to get these paddles to use as edit and jump. Oh, no way I win that game as well. Now for the last controller accessory of the video, I have these quick shot trigger stops. And I mean, the name of them pretty much says it all. They're trigger stops for your PS4 controller that just go over your normal L2 and R2. And basically the 3 kind of functions that they have is they function as a trigger stop, so you don't have to click your trigger down as far before it activates. Then they're actually extended just a little bit further than your normal triggers would be. And the top of them is also textured to make it a little more comfortable and easier to click. For the quick stop triggers, they actually only come in sets of 2. So you get 2 sets of these things for $15. And right off the bat, I will say that they do definitely feel really solid right now. I see a lot of mixed feelings about these kind of trigger stops. The thing about trigger stops is you can't just turn normal PS4 triggers into like scuffed digital tap triggers. However, there are trigger stops such as these that allow you to click your trigger down basically almost twice as fast. And that's going to help you with stuff like getting your shot off faster, placing your builds faster, basically doing everything just a little faster. All the piece control in the world. Didn't even matter. Maybe it was because I could get my shot off so fast with the trigger stops. In my last control accessories video, I tried the extreme rate clicky hair trigger kit. That's weird. I don't even feel like I'm clicking R2 and it's shooting. But the thing about that is even though they were technically way better trigger stops, you literally had to mess with the wiring in your controller, which is a pretty big process. No, I couldn't get to my Spider-Man fast enough. I don't know, I definitely kind of liked them. I think I'll have to play with them a little longer to really decide. But those are the best control accessories. Thanks for watching.